Alright. We're gonna do our first ever video chronicle. I had mentioned that we were gonna try to do this a couple of months ago. That we were actually gonna do a video chronicle instead of the usual weekly written chronicle for workincest.com. This particular chronicle, we're gonna just quickly discuss some of the supplements that I use before, during, and after training. I actually just came back from a chest and trap day and my gym at 24 Hour Fitness in Long Island, New York. I'm just going to go over real quick some of the products that I use. I'm not going to really get into too much how they work. I think everybody that trains probably pretty much knows what creatine is, what protein is, and what BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, are. So real quickly, the brands that I'm currently using right now are Cutler Nutrition brands, as well as Redcon 1. As far as my choice in using brands, for all of the years that I've been training, I've used multiple supplement brands, from Muscle Milk to Optimum Nutrition, across the wide spectrum. I pretty much use them all. Muscle Labs, Twin Labs, so on and so forth. For me, it's usually about availability as far as the supplements that I use. I used to be one of those GNC guys that was in GNC every Tuesday, using the GNC Gold Card. If you are old enough to remember those special bargains that they used to have at GNC, I believe it was on either Tuesdays or Wednesdays if you was a Gold Card member. Supplements, they come and go. You know, some companies have great staying power. Some companies are here one minute and gone the next. So like I said, for me, there's been many supplements that I would try that I would actually like, and then all of a sudden, you know, in the next couple of months when it was time to re-up, you know, it was either very difficult to find that brand, or maybe the price might have went up. So what I'm using right now, like I said, is pretty much Cutler Nutrition, which of course is backed by four-time Mr. Olympia Jay Cutler, and Redcon. So before my workouts, I'll usually start with the supplements. This table is small, so I gotta grab some off to the side. I would usually start out with Amplify, which is a pre-workout supplement for pumps, basically nitric oxide. I would use this as far as one of my pre-workout formulas just before I would go into the gym. During the actual workout, I would take this particular one is called Generate, which is actually a combination of branched chain amino acids as well as essential amino acids. Mostly you don't really see that too much on the market. Usually is one or the other, but this is actually a combination of them both. Jay Cutler also has a new product called Prevail, which is called a pre-workout primer that's for focus and energy. So this is pretty much the stack that I would use, you know, before I enter into the gym and also during my workout. The brands from Redcon 1, which is Grunt, which is their essential amino acid. And this one I think is Big Noise. This is actually their nitric oxide pre-workout pump. I'm actually out of this one. These are also very good. Both products are very good. I would usually mix it with water. There were some pre-workout mixes that I used to mix with juice. That was just because of the lack of flavor, but these here actually have a lot of flavor. One of the tips that I would give as far as with your pre-workouts, check to see the caffeine content. If you're one of those persons who work out first thing in the morning, most of us, when we're having breakfast, we usually have coffee. So be very careful with your pre-workout mixes to see how much caffeine it has in it, because I've made the mistake myself. I had breakfast, then I would go and have a nice big cup of coffee. That's like about 200 or 220 milligrams of caffeine right there. Then I would turn around and have a pre-workout shake, which could be another 200 milligrams of caffeine. And by the time I would walk into the gym, I mean, I'm shaking literally like a leaf. So that is something to keep in mind with your pre-workout mixes. Make sure that you, either before you purchase it or after you purchase it, always read the label, see what exactly is in there, to see if you even need this many types of shakes and protein mix, because you may not even need it. Some things may have the exact same ingredients as the other. One of the things that you will see missing from my setup here is creatine. Creatine is probably one of the most popular supplements that there is. And it's popular because it works, and it's been out for years. It's been tested. It's something that really works. I personally don't use creatine. I have used it in the past, both in the powder and in the tablet and pill forms. And the problems with creatine for me is that it's too much water retention. I mean, I will literally blow up like a water balloon. So, I mean, if you're a hard gainer and if you have a hard time, putting on size, creatine is, something that you definitely might want to look into. Maybe it'll be for you. With supplements, it's the same thing like medication. It's not for everyone. Some people will do well with certain supplements, other people not so well. So it's kind of a trial and error thing as far as trying to find out what works for you. And to my surprise, I actually got this supplement here, Amplify, from Cutler Nutrition, and sure enough, one of the ingredients in there is creatine. So it's the first time I used it today. I'll see how it works. It's one of the ingredients. It's not concentrated, like when you buy creatine by itself. So, I have to see what the effects of that by having creatine in this particular product. After the workout, I will usually use either some more of the branch chain that I use during the workout. But most of the time when I am now in post-workout mode, as I am right now, most of my supplements are usually in the tablet form. I have the Magic Box. This is actually what a pair of my Allen Iversons that I just ordered a couple of months ago came in. And here I keep mostly other vitamins and some supplements. We do have the supplements like the like this here, which is the Nitric Oxide. If I don't want to use the liquid version, as far as using the pre-workout mix, I can use the the tablets. Use that prior to workout. I also have individual caffeine pills. Again, if I don't use the mixes, I can also take it in tablet form. But I would never take both, because then you're definitely having too much nitric oxide or too much caffeine in your system. So for me, during the post-workout, I would have Gut Mind. These are capsules that I would use, and this does help with promoting muscle growth, muscle proteins, thing of that nature. It's good to use after an intense workout. I'll just look at the back of the label here real quick. It is the most abundant amino acid in the body and plays an important role in muscle protein development. So, I would usually use these directly after my workout. I have it in the capsule form instead of having it in a liquid form. So in that way, it's, will take a little bit longer for the body to absorb. I also use this is basically vitamin B complex. And the B complex, again, is for energy conversion after food. So in that way, especially with some of these trainings, sometimes I'm actually at the gym because I can't get out to the public gym except for maybe 2 days. Sometimes I'm at the gym for like an hour, or rather an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. And then, it's still a half an hour drive or so back to the house. So I don't ever want to come home and just totally crash. So that's why I do use some of these supplements and vitamins, so in that way I won't totally crash after a workout. You also use vitamin D, which promotes bone health. And the last one is we sometimes also take zinc as well, which helps with the immune system. And usually just before I go to bed, I will use ZMA capsules. ZMA has been on the market for a long time now. This was actually one of the legitimate supplements that was formulated by Victor Conte. If you're familiar with the whole entire baseball Barry Bonds steroid scandal during the 90s, Victor Conte, who was one of the guys who was supplying some of the baseball players with performance enhancers, one of the things that he did make though was ZMA. ZMA was actually a legitimate legal supplement that came out of that entire controversy, that came out of that entire situation. It's very good as far as if you take for men, it's the dosage is usually 3 tablets. For women, it's 2 tablets. And usually if you take it about an hour, maybe 2 hours before bed, it does promote, a well night's sleep. The only thing with ZMA, I mean, as far as for my body, I do not mix it with alcohol. If for some reason, if you're going out partying with your friends or something other, and if, you just came back from the gym and, you're going to have a little night out on the town, for me, I cannot take ZMA. If I take ZMA mixed with alcohol, it's going to be insomnia all night. So, I'm very careful about how I do use ZMA, because sometimes it interacts with different things instead of promoting a restful night's sleep, which 9 times out of 10 it usually does. Sometimes if I mix it with something that I'm not supposed to, it will interfere with my sleep patterns. That is really pretty much it as far as my supplement intake is concerned. Like I said, this was a first time trial to see how this works out as far as making a video chronicle instead of making a written one. Like I said, I'm not going to try to give any advice or anything like that as far as using supplementations. I'm pretty sure that some people will see this video and they'll say, well, he should be taking this, or he shouldn't be taking that, or he should be doing this or shouldn't be doing that. Like I said, it's kind of a trial and error thing with me. Most of the supplements that I use, it does help. Like I said, the supplements that I use prior to working out, it's getting me energized before I go into the gym. The supplements like the branched chain amino acids does help me throughout my workout as far as having energy throughout the entire duration of the workout. And like I said, the supplements that I use after the workout, which are in tablet form, it kind of ease me into my night. After I come from the gym, I don't immediately crash. I have noticed that if I don't use these, sometimes my training may not be as focused, may not be as hard in the gym, or when I come home from the gym, if I don't take any supplements, I immediately crash. Still, supplements are not to be a replacement for good old-fashioned whole food. Supplements are to be used just as that, for supplements. In case you can't have a meal, you'll have a protein shake. This protein shake here is from Redcon 1. Very flavorful. I can't mix it with water. I don't like it with water. I usually use lactose-free milk. If I have a protein shake, if I want to skip a meal, or if I'm coming from the gym and if I know I'm not going directly home first, in order to have a post-workout meal, this will hold me until I'm able to get home and actually have a, hopefully a high-quality post-workout meal. Anyway, like I said, that is pretty much it for the first video chronicle for workingsets.com. Please visit my website, workingsets.com. Follow us on Facebook at Chronicles Along My Barbell Road, and our dedicated Instagram pages of Sugargram76 and Chronicles Barbell Road. Anyway, until next time.